pretend you can't see him yet. I feel like, there should be a reveal. Pretend you can't see him yet. Folks, welcome to the brand spanking new metal show. We have a very special guest for you guys tonight. I'm so excited to bring this guy on. Now, I've been this man's friend for the person I'm about to bring on. You can't see him yet. Been a friend of his for years. I just saw one of his Instagram posts surface on Twitter, and it was this one. I like this one, by the way. I watched this one a bunch of times.
I'm seeing red and you're full of rage. You couldn't keep me locked in your cage, so I set the trap. You took the bait, hang you out to dry to desiccate.
And of course, it being Twitter and all, people were giving it a hard time. And I thought to myself, I'm like, yeah, you guys are making fun of this. You guys are hating on this. But you're watching.
And you're streaming.
You're having a good time, right? And so with that in mind, I figured, let's let this guy come on and tell his side of the story, because this is me being very genuine, by the way. I'm getting a little fed up with all of the animosity towards artists that make their coin, get their name out there in this manner. What's their side of things? What's their take? And with no further ado, please welcome Nathan James to the program.
Hello, hello, hello.
Now you're allowed to see him. Now he's officially on camera. Nathan James, how are you?
Brother man, I am doing very well, man. It's been an amazing 2025. You know what's crazy is the most of my 2025 key moments happened in the months of November and December.
Really?
Last 2 months of the year, yeah.
Before we go further, by the way, I understand that the seating, the height of our seats makes me look like I'm about 5 apples tall. If we both stood up, he would also be this tall, just so we're clear. I really do look this short when I'm standing next to him. We were talking about it before the stream. It's actually 2 years since we met this Saturday, because I never learned my lesson ever, and that means for 3 consecutive years I have tried to throw an event on the Saturday before Christmas.
Very tough.
In
Los Angeles. No one lives here. Everyone is from somewhere else.
3 years in a row, and the one I've got going right now is selling really poorly.
Really?
But okay, that's this topic for another day. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a good time no matter what. But the first time I made this mistake was, so that would have been 2023.
I think so. Or you know what? Maybe it was the end of 2022. Might have been the end.
No, I wasn't.
No?
I was still
Okay,
working on my
that's
bullshit job.
2023.
So it would have been 2023 or 4. And I had done something called the New Metal Nightmare before Christmas at 1720, and it was just like this, where it was selling really, really poorly. And with like a week to go, Nathan James hits me up for the first time and is like, yo, I love your page. We'd love to do something sometimes. And immediately, this guy we have just met, I went, are you available Saturday? And he's like, I am available Saturday. And I was like, can you please perform at my show? And listen, I'm not saying this to lower his valuation. He will not do this for you. But he did that shit on 0 notice for free 99. So that means this Saturday is 2 years of me saying good things about you behind your back.
Yeah, that's great. That's very good.
2 years of me being like, no, I like that guy. Fuck off. So when I see people coming at him from funny angles on Twitter, I take that personally. And
on Twitter, huh?
Dude,
Because I don't have a Twitter. So I'm just Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube.
Well, see, that's the funny thing about it, because I'd also never seen it on Twitter, but some guy brought one of your clips over to Twitter just so everyone could just be mean about it, just shit on it. And so I was like, all right, come on, because I knew you, so I left a comment too. I was like, I know this guy, he's really nice. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
So I guess the conversation does have to start there, because you're not blind. Like, how does like all of that general animosity?
I always say this with everybody, right? It's like, if you're gonna be an entertainer and you're gonna be a successful entertainer, you're gonna have an extreme amount of people hate you and an extreme amount of people love you. And if you don't have that, then you're not working at being an entertainer, because you're not doing it right. Because you can't have extreme love without extreme hate. And that's just part of the business, right? There's going to always be people who hate you, And it's not until like years later where some of that hate can kind of start to dwindle away with those people. Like, for example, when Korn and Slipknot were first coming up, there was a lot of hate. And over the time and just so much stuff, there's way less hate. But still, to this day, there's still tons of hate.
I make this point. I make this point as often as I can, which is like, see, the thing that I always say about like new metal is it's like we cannot make fun of anybody. We're not like allowed to look down on other people for their taste in music.
Yeah.
Because 25 years ago, everyone hated Fred Durst. That he was like the most hated man on the planet. And now he's like, and now we're all like, oh, Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit, like that's, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So it's just part of the game. So like, I mean, I don't even ever sit and like read through comments. It's just if I see comments, I'll respond to them, and if I don't see them, I won't respond to them. And it just depends on my mood. Like sometimes if I see someone's talking shit, I'll literally, maybe I want to talk shit or I just ignore it. But literally, there's no comment in the world that can offend me. Because at the end of the day, I ultimately don't care. The only thing that I always get surprised and shocked with comments is sometimes the types of comments that people say are so specific and so detailed. Like it's the whole story behind stuff that's like completely.
You gotta give me one.
Man, off the top, but I can't think of something off the top of my head. But off the top of my head, it'd be like, I saw this guy in Alaska naked riding a deer, and my cousin called me and took a photo of it, and it's being sold on Amazon.
I would pin that immediately. I would be like I'm confirming this as 100% true, all facts.
Yeah, but it's stuff like that, just like ridiculous stuff where there's so much detail that you would think, oh, maybe like there is some truth to this because he's talking about his cousin and when it was taken and how it's up on Amazon and all these things. I'm like, brother, I've never even been to Alaska or never any of these things. You know what I mean? So a lot of like there's some comments like that are just so far out. They're literally just like completely fabricated stuff. And like, wow, people are creative as fuck. And I wonder what the reason is behind any of that,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's because, well, I think
hopefully they probably won't have a response.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
because what I believe is that like social media generally, so it's like, do you remember Vine?
Of course, yeah.
Do you ever use Vine?
Very little.
Vine was there's some younger people in the audience. Vine was this social media platform. It was just like TikTok, but it was 6-second videos.
Six second. You know what's crazy? The 6-second video existed in a time when long form video was hot.
Yeah.
And now you would think in this generation, Vine would do way better in 2025 with a 6-second requirement. I'm surprised like Instagram, TikTok hasn't been like, you know what? That would change the game. 6-second videos only.
They cut all of it down to just 6 seconds.
Yeah, you can only post a video that's 6 seconds or shorter. Holy fuck, that would fuck a lot of people.
It would be so fascinating to see like people adapt to
that would completely change the culture because so much culture is because of the online social presence. And if you are only allowing video clips to be 6 seconds long, you're only giving people 6 seconds to talk their shit, do their stuff, sell their stuff. Like,
yeah,
that would be interesting.
Because
change music for sure. How are you going to promote your song in 6 seconds?
So I'd never thought of this before. Yeah. But like so much of like short form video content stuff is people literally just like looking into their camera and bitching about something, complaining like in the front seat of their car, whatever. And I thought to myself, I was like, you never saw this behavior on Vine, and now that we're talking, it's like, oh, because they only had 6 seconds.
Yeah.
You couldn't sit in the front of your car and be like, man, fuck the government. You couldn't go on for like a minute and a half for that.
You had to be very tailored down of trimming the fat and getting right to the point.
But the point that I was making is it's like Vine failed because it generally wanted people to be like creative and funny, right?
Yeah.
Modern social media thrives because all you have to do to be like a content creator is just be mean as fuck.
Yeah, that's a very trending thing right now is just anything that's drama.
Yeah.
If your content is drama...
Because most people cannot be creative or funny, but everyone can be mean.
Yeah.
So what they did is they started making content of people being mean, making that viral, and now everyone can go viral.
Yeah.
So I think when you talk about like the comments you get on our post, people being mean, and you're just like, why bother saying anything else? Because they want to get attention.
Yeah.
They want to get that engagement.
Yeah, they want me to give a response.
Like if you took off, like
Sometimes I might.
like if you removed even like the comment like function, I bet people would not be so fucking.
Oh
pissed
yeah,
off
that's
all the
so
time.
true. People are like, ooh, what's the most crafty comment I can get? I bet this gets the most likes. Wow, that's so true.
And then coming back to the post later and being like, yeah, look at all the likes I got.
Yeah, everyone
on this.
agreed with me. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great point, man. I mean, if you could strip away the value,
The reward system.
the reward system of likes and views and comments, that would definitely change how people post and what people post, for sure.
Now
For sure.
I will say I've been through like all of your reels.
Yeah.
And you've cracked the code. I've talked to a lot of bands on this show that really want to go viral on reels.
Yeah.
Which is also why I feel like no one's allowed to make fun of you because it's like, well, you're trying to go viral too. But
Yeah.
but they don't know how to do it. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
you have this thing, right?
Yeah.
You have a song start.
Yeah.
You got your lyrics coming on. I'm seeing red. You're full of rage. And you're like looking into the camera and you walk toward the camera. Camera's being pushed back.
Yeah.
And then you start doing something along with the music or whatever. You just crack the code. These millions. Like, what is your most viewed video on Instagram ever?
I think it's at like 10 or 12 million.
Son of a bitch. How did you come up with that idea?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. So with artists promoting music now, you'll find this super interesting. With artists promoting music right now, okay, it's all about how can I stop someone on scrolling, right? That's where it first starts. How am I going to stop this person in the first 1 to 4 seconds from scrolling and want to continue to watch, right? Well, in 2017, I was doing artist management for other musicians, and I was only really focused on one guy. His name is Dax. He's a hip-hop artist, kind of doing country stuff now. Huge artist. Have you ever heard of him, Dax? D-A-X?
No, but we're all kind of doing country stuff now.
Yeah. I will not ever do anything country. Not a country fan. But anyways, Dax, we started from ground zero with him, and I was, doing the managing ground up work with him, and he's a huge artist now. He blew the fuck up. He's crushing it. Good for him, right? He's all love for him. So anyways, we started doing videos back in 2017 where he would just walk towards the camera and perform his song and post it on YouTube as a long form video, right? There was no such thing as short form or vertical content in 2017. So
also, I gotta stop you for just 1 second.
Yeah.
Is he the Burger CEO?
No.
Burger Music?
I don't know what that means.
You guys better explain yourselves because we're both feeling a little insulted now over here. Anyway, go on.
So when I started to do music myself mid 2020, and then short form content started to become a thing, vertical content, I was like, man, what the fuck could I do to promote my song? I don't want to do some stupid skit or like corny cheese thing. I just want to look cool, dress how I want to dress, and sing my lyrics, and that's it. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna walk, look dope, and perform my lyrics, and that's what I did.
Can you give the camera the look
Oh yeah.
that you give in the?
Let me get my hair right. I'm seeing red, and you're full of rage.
I want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
That is the look, huh?
So you came up with you just, and then
I literally just said, fuck all these other ways of people trying to get their music heard. What would I do if likes, views, comments didn't matter at all? How would I want to do it? If I could choose in a perfect situation, whatever I want to do. And I was like, I would just fucking walk at the camera and perform. And that's what I did, and that's what started working. And once that happened, no one was doing walking videos like that when I first posted it. And it went viral. Then I knew, okay, trends, right?
What song was it?
It was Medusa, or actually no, it was Tooth Taker and Medusa. It was between the two songs, Tooth Taker and Medusa, that really started to like pick up traction. Then obviously with those going viral on both Instagram, TikTok, I knew that other artists would start to do it too, and it'd be a huge thing because it works, and it was. And now you've seen tons of people do performative, walking, moving content. You know what I mean? But I was definitely one of the original people to start that, and that started back in 2017.
You've been walking ever since,
dude. I don't even know.
This man's been walking ever since.
I'm like Forrest Gump. I just felt like running.
You must think to yourself now. You must be like, there's no way this is going to work again. And then it
Yeah,
works
it just kept
again.
working again. It got to the point where I kept going to the exact same spot and doing it over and over again because it kept working.
Is it by the LA River?
No, the the 3rd Street Tunnel with all the spray paint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the first one I did was just in my my neighborhood, and it did pretty well. And I was like, man, I got to find a cooler place to walk. You know,
I just got to find places.
I just got to find
to
places
walk.
to walk, dude. You
This
know?
man has
Yeah.
been to every good place there is to walk.
I've walked a lot of great walks. You know, yeah. So I'm a hound dog for sniffing out a good walking spot, man.
Good walking
a
spot.
cool walking spot. I'm in that bitch.
Have
If
you
y'all
ever-
got any cool walking spots? Let me know.
I was about to say, you ever walk in DTLA?
Man, not in a long time. You know, when I used to live in Boyle Heights. When I first moved to LA.
No way, me too.
I love Boyle Heights.
Bro, the street racing out there is
It's
not
insane.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I had a car out here. This is crazy lore because I literally did have a car at one point. I had it out here for 2 months,
Yeah.
and then someone T-boned it while they were street
man.
racing.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I got a better one. I'll top that. So my first 3 days of living in Boyle Heights, I'm walking to, I park my car. There's never any fucking parking, so you got to park far as fuck on the street.
I remember
I'm
them
walking
days.
up, and someone pops over a fence. They say something. Long story short, I'm like, that was weird, and I keep walking. Next thing you know, I hear footsteps, clack, 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 clack. I'm coming down. I turn around. This guy has a gun pointed at me. He says something. I don't know what he says, but my instinct was just turn and run.
Turn and walk.
Yeah.
That's
there
where it came
was.
from right there.
I
You're
didn't
like,
walk. I just started running.
I literally just saw a tweet that was cracking me up on Twitter that was, in my experience, people that are trying to rob you don't have a backup plan if you just ignore them.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Because if I would have stopped, he definitely would have taken. I had a really cool chain on. He would have stolen that. I would have been pissed. But yeah, my instinct was, fuck that. I ain't getting robbed or shot. I'm running. You know?
It worked.
Yeah, and then that was my first experience in Boyle Heights. But I love Boyle Heights. It's a great community, great town. I love the people there. It's amazing.
Stop the street racing.
Yeah, stop the street racing.
I think it's like the number one worst part of LA for street racing.
I didn't see much street racing. Maybe like one or twice in 2 years living there. I saw street
the
racing.
street where I got hit was like infamous for street racing. Like I'd be going to the YMCA because it was on that block. There'd be like candles and flowers for people that got hit.
Wow.
Listen, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Anyway, so did you now when it started to take off for you, virality wise? How quick were the people on it that were like, man, fuck this guy?
Oh, instantly. And I before then, I had never gone viral with anything of my music, let alone anything. So I was like, oh, shit, like, people are saying some really mean things. Should I take this down? You know what I mean? And, now, bro, I don't care.
Well, that's
At all.
but
Yeah.
you do care because
Yeah, you're
the
right.
more they comment on it, the more viral it goes.
Yeah, I should say it just doesn't bother me in a negative way when people say negative things.
Do you ever lean into it? You're like, if I said this on a track or I looked like this.
Oh, yeah.
people
Oh,
are
yeah.
gonna
Definitely. That's super important. Leaning into rate baiting people.
Rage baiting.
Rage baiting people for sure. I haven't really done much of that intentionally. Maybe unintentionally I have.
Well,
But
you had this arc where you were beefing with Machine Gun Kelly.
yeah.
Speaking of which, by the way,
yeah.
the plurality of my audience fucking hates Machine Gun Kelly. I know this.
Fuck that guy.
Okay, see, now we've got a connection here, right?
Yeah. Man, absolutely not. Yeah, zero. The whole story of that is, before music, right? I was a photographer, and I was very high end, just top notch photographer with doing a lot of portraiture work for a lot of big artists and brands and shit like that. And I've done quite a bit of work for MGK in 2020 up till like around 2022-ish, but more so just in 2020. I shot his album cover, Tickets to My Downfall.
No shit. Are you in the linear notes?
I'm on the credits at the back of the vinyl,
How do you
shot
like that?
photo by or shot by Nathan James. But yeah, so anyways, that all happened. There was never like any like, hey, we're fucking best friends and we're hanging out and we're calling each other and good vibes. It was more of like a work relationship, friendship type of thing. And one day, after not talking to him for about, I think, 2 or 3 years, and again, no bad blood at that point, I get a phone call from him just raging on the phone. Going off, freaking out, cursing. I mean, like full level 10 freak out. And all because I was walking, performing my song, Tooth Taker, and I said over the video, product of growing up listening to Eminem and Slipknot. That was the hook the text hook over the video, and obviously he has beef with Eminem and with the whole Corey Taylor Slipknot stuff, and he saw that and considered that me taking a shot or disloyalty or jab at him, and then because of that, threatened me, my friends, my family, said I'm going to be on my hands and knees kissing his feet, he's going to beat my ass, like all this crazy shit. And so then I kind of made not a diss track because I didn't want to do just like a typical,
Wait. You're moving way too quick.
Too fast. Okay.
So you had not spoken in 3 years.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years.
Who calls the photographer from your album 3 years later and is like, bro, it is fucking on between us.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're
on site. Yeah.
You're like, first of all, great to hear from you.
Yeah, it was crazy. I had 3 missed calls prior. I called him back. And
you don't think he was a...
I don't know. It was during the day. I think it was around like 3 p.m. during the day, and during that time, apparently he had been sober for a whole year.
Oh, so then you just have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would have been better if he hadn't been, because then you'd have been like, well,
yeah.
Instead, it was like, no, he just sober crashed out on you at 3 p.m.
Oh yeah, 3 p.m. full on crash out, and that was wild. And I just don't like that disrespectful shit. I've done a lot of shit for him, and bent over backwards to meet that team's requirements and standards to have things on time and done and not extra pay for it or anything like that, or even any sort of like thank you for getting that done 2 weeks earlier than it needed, stuff like that. And because that's just how I would run my photography business. I always wanted to just like go above, under promise, over deliver, right. And so again, I don't have any issues with any one of their team. That my issue lies just with him and him alone only. And to this day, he's never apologized or anything like that. So yeah,
he doesn't remember doing it.
Oh, he does for sure. I know he does. Yeah.
No, I think he does. I think he heard your diss track and was like, "Why is he dissing me?"
Yeah,
he just totally forgot.
Yeah. What was cool about the diss track too is again, less of a lyrical diss track, more of a visual kind of like jab, and like it kind of coming at him with what happened. I just wanted to keep it short and sweet, and it's a very untraditional type of like call out or diss track. If you have it, I would not call it a diss track. I would just call it more of like just a calling someone out on their bullshit type of thing. If I did a diss track, I would have destroyed him. It would have been murderous. But yeah, again, I just the point for me was not to do that. I wanted to do it in a different, more unique way that felt authentic through me, which was through the visuals and the music video.
Have you told this story on camera before?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just
I
say
think.
no, actually.
No.
This is it. First time. It's a brand spanking new metal debut.
I haven't like this.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't. I've on TikTok and Instagram, I shared like kind of a little bit of the backstory, but like in detail like this of it, I have not. Yeah.
My audience on all platforms hates his guts.
Yeah.
Like if I posted an MGK song, I would be unfollowed by everyone. I think I did a poll once where it was like MGK versus death, and people voted for death. Like dying defeated MGK flat out. So I don't know. We could get some comments on this one. What this man did, what MGK necessarily did to defend the entire new metal community. I forgot about the Corey Taylor thing.
My new metal community, the new metal community will not like this. So he also said, "You better burn every piece of Slipknot merch you own."
And a good maggot would never. What was
crazy?
What was his? So it's incredible to me though that he would be like, Nathan James said that. The photographer.
Yeah. Also, like, brother, I'm like you're a A-list celebrity music artist. Why are you coming at me over a short form piece of video content I posted? Just doing social media bullshit of product of growing up listening to Eminem. It doesn't even involve you.
Yeah, that's the part of it.
Doesn't even involve you, dude.
I mean, it really speaks to his character, I guess, that he would be like, oh, that must be about me.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever listened to Eminem and Slipknot before.
Yeah,
nobody has ever listened to Eminem and Slipknot before.
Yeah, and I know, he was a fan of those people too before he ruined those relationships.
Yeah, what happened between him and Corey Taylor again?
I don't know how I think I know. I think this is correct. I think originally on the Tickets to My Downfall album, Corey Taylor was going to be on one of the songs, and MGK gave him notes back, and Corey Taylor didn't like that. And then that's when the beef started, and they didn't do the song, something like that. And then on stage, he said something about Slipknot in a festival when they were on like a different stage or some shit, something like that. I don't know the whole details, but if people look it up, they'll be able to find it. But my biggest thing is like, man, I just yeah, that really pissed me off to this day. It just pisses me off. And if I hope I run into him soon, and it's just him. Like, don't act tough around me when it's you and 10 other dudes and your whole entourage and your security guard. Act that gangster, act that tough with me when it's just you and it's just me. And bring me that same energy. And if he wants to bring that energy, I will whoop his ass.
Look,
I'm a previous state champion wrestler.
I was just about to say.
Pounds.
I was just about to say. I was like, look, for a lot of other artists, I'd be like, okay, he'd whoop his ass.
Yeah, I would love to. Like, if he were calling me
tall-
up right
you know
now
how
and be like,
tall he
yo,
is?
meet me here. I want to fight you. I'd be like, bet. I'm pulling up right now. I'll
No,
be there 10
you know
minutes
what? And
early.
you know what? You'd be like, no cameras, no social media.
Yeah,
no
I mean,
content.
like, he wouldn't want that. I would want that. That'd be good for me. Like, people
Would
see
you
me beat his
ask?
ass.
Would you be like?
But he would not.
Would you be like, listen, I'm about to slap the dog shit out of you, but before I do, I just want to know
Hey, before
why.
I do is everybody filming, and then tell me why you did that.
yeah. I just want to know, like, what was going on that day? Did you breakfast was tasted bad? Your coffee was burnt? Car trouble? Like,
Yeah. I don't
all
know.
right. Well, look, fuck that. Fuck him. Anyway, you are a state champion wrestler.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of wrestling, and then I stopped wrestling because, wrestling was the same time as basketball season, and I went on to pursue college basketball. I was in high school. I was nationally ranked in the country off the ESPN rankings as top 100 point guards in the nation.
No shit.
Yeah. So I was, super athletic. I had my first dunk in 8th grade. I was 5'8". I was dunking in 8th grade. That's pretty cool.
I've never dunked.
Maybe one day.
We had a
Dreams.
buddy. I'm 33. It's over.
Maybe in dreams. Lower rim.
That's what my dad did when we had a basketball court. We had like a little basketball thing in our driveway. He'd bring the rim all the way down, so it's possible I dunked on that. It's possible. We'll go to the tape later. So you could have gone pro in either of these?
I think I could have gone pro for sure. Yeah, especially
basketball, wrestling, or both?
Yeah, both. Yeah, especially basketball. I mean, there's different levels of pro basketball. Playing overseas in Europe and stuff like that. 100%. But the reason I didn't is I ended up having 2 knee surgeries my freshman and sophomore year, and I couldn't play anymore. Ended my career.
Of college or high school?
College. Yeah. Yep. So I was playing college basketball, and I think I only played 1 game my freshman year of college, and my knee was already fucked up before the season even started. It just progressively got so bad I was like hobbling on the court. I couldn't even fucking do anything, And then I heal it. I get a surgery. I do all the rehab. I come back my second year as a sophomore in college to play, and not redshirt, and because I was injured. Same thing happened. The same knee again, and the doctor's like, "Hey, like you could play."
I knew that was coming. Yeah, I was like, "No."
He was like, "You could play, but it'll just be a matter of time before this happens again to your same knee, and it'll be worse." And it's
and the thing it is about like with the knee.
Yeah, you need it for the rest of your life, type shit.
There are other things that they can repair.
Yeah.
But if a doctor is looking at you, your college age kid, if a doctor is looking at you and being like, You got one more chance at this. Yeah. And I'm not sure if you want to take it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. And I'm glad I didn't, because I would have fucked my shit up even worse and been, going through that, heartache and headache of, spending all those hours and times to be that level of a basketball player and healing and rehabbing, just to have it all happen again after you've recovered only for just, 6 months of you being back in the swing of things. It sucked. But you know what? When one thing ends, another gateway opens, and that's exactly what happened.
So you
I got
always
into photography, and then photography led into music.
Really? So you didn't necessarily have like an interest in creating music when you were?
No, not at all. I guess not at all.
You guess not at all.
A slant.
Got it.
There's a slant, meaning my mom was a high school art teacher, and my dad was a college English professor. Okay, so both my parents were teachers. So there's a lot of writing and art being created in my house. And I was very into slam poetry and writing stories. So story writing, slam poetry is, you're writing lyrics, you're writing songs. So I did a lot of that, and I really loved the slam poetry stuff, and I'll never forget this. I had a blank piece of paper and a Sharpie, and I wrote down, like, some rap kind of like lyrics or whatever on this piece of paper.
Do you remember them?
And the pen was green. I'll never forget. The Sharpie was green.
But do you remember the lyrics?
I don't.
He
That would have
remembers
been
the color of
crazy.
the pen, though. I know.
But yeah, I was a little kid, and I performed it in front of my dad. And he's like, "Yeah, don't ever do that." You know, he's like, yeah. He was like, "Don't ever." I think I was young. I wasn't even 10 years old. You know.
I think anything
he
you're.
liked my. I think it was just more of he didn't the stigma of me being a rapper.
Oh,
but
okay.
he loved my slam poetry and my stories and all my
So you
stuff.
just had
like
to
that.
tweak it a little bit.
Yeah. So I just was, again, I was more into sports and athletics at that time. And, you know, my mom being an art teacher and a painter and a sculptor and all that stuff, I've always been influenced with, you know, that whole creative side. And it really came out more as like pursuing it as a career after those knee surgeries happened.
I gotta say, by the way, I really don't think you should tell anyone under the age of 10 that they're bad at something.
I think
That's
so.
like a little. You're like you fucking suck. If you're finger painting, you are not going pro like this. Get back to arithmetic, kid.
Yeah,
This isn't for you.
I remember in the car once too. I was like, "Dad, I can really sing," and I was like, watch this." And I sung it, and I was so confident. I was like, "That was fucking sick as shit."
Wait,
right?
how old were you?
I was like 9.
You were saying things were fucking sick as shit at 9?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was an early cursor.
Oh my god.
And so I sung something. I think it was a Mary J. Blige song.
What?
Yeah. And
Real
my dad.
love.
Yeah.
I'm searching for real love.
And I was like, "Dad, that was good, right?" He goes, "No." You know. And but hey,
Didn't even turn his head. He's no.
Yeah. I love my dad. He's a great father.
He pushed you to be better, I guess.
Yeah, and he was just always honest. I love that about people. Brutal honesty.
Your dad
You
has
know?
never been a yes man to you since you were single digits.
Single digits.
He's like Nathan. I promise I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Keep it real with you.
Yeah, and it helped me, you know, see things from a real perspective. I think we sugarcoat a lot of things for little kids as well as adults by always saying, "Yeah, it's good." And those are, you know, I think sometimes I don't have the types of friends that a normal person would have because I'm not the friend that's going to be like the yes man friend. I'm the friend who's going to keep it real, keep it honest, and you're going to go to when you need some real advice. Not the friend that's like, "Hey, Susie, guess what?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love it."
So this interview, by the way, is going great because if it wasn't, you'd be like, "Yo, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like, you are not doing a good job."
That's right.
This is scary. Well, I mean, I guess I'm flattered because you've never said that to me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So how long have you always been into? You grew up on Eminem and Slipknot.
Yeah, so I really grew up a lot of hip hop, rock, and metal, and I think that's why my
that
music.
is new metal, yes.
Yeah, I think that's why my music is very, you know, like I like to say, you know, the king of new metal.
When
Straight
did
up.
you add that to your bio?
This year, I always had it in my Spotify since 2024. And, you know, I started putting out songs again in 2020. And, you know, just like as any artist or any creative, you slowly start to develop and mold into what, you know, more of your final form is.
Yeah.
And we're never done evolving and creating and adapting and growing. And if you do, you know, that sucks. You don't want that. You want to always be growing and evolving and adding more pieces. And I think I started to realize so much of, like, what I am was starting to become in my music. And it was so new metal influenced. But I, you know, take it with a more modern twist with everything, visuals, ways, different doing things, styles, everything, the instrumentals, lyrics, all that stuff. That I was like, you know, this is like new metal, and I'm like, I'm gonna call it NU metal, and I'm the king of that shit.
I wanted to like hype this up as being like a showdown between us, like
Yeah.
hype it up so in a way where it's like, oh, like Kirk's gonna really go off on him and be
Yeah.
really mad at him and stuff, and then you get on camera just like, hey man, what's going on?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's great to see you again.
Yeah.
So you're claiming the title.
Oh yeah. Also too, I mean, if we're being real, the phrase NU metal, I started it.
Have people been
Started.
saying that?
Yeah. I mean, I have. That was not a thing. No one was saying new metal. And,
Well, I mean,
once
I
I
was-
started, people started to say it new, NEW.
I've
New
been
metal.
saying that.
Yeah, see,
I'll tell
people
you
say
one
that.
thing. I've definitely been saying
Yeah,
that.
people say it that way.
But you were like, I'm sure someone's called themselves the king of new metal. However, I bet nobody has ever called themselves
The king.
The king of new metal.
New metal. That's right.
Well, I mean, this is
Claim
what
the
I was.
throne.
Well, this is what I was thinking to myself, I guess, before you got here. Is like people that want to make fun of you. It's like, well, you're not fighting in the arena.
Yeah.
You're not like down there creating anything. You're in the stands, right? You're
Yeah,
in the
in the
audience,
stands.
and you're
Yeah,
like,
you're not the
boo,
gladiator. Yeah.
boo, and then you're looking around. You're like, are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
You're not Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then they're
Leonidas.
watching. So I guess I do think it's cool that you were like, fuck, I'm grabbing the crown.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is other people agree. Like when I was just in Mexico, I did 2 shows in Mexico, and everyone's running around. Nathan James, you are the king of new metal.
Oh my god!
And then reposting me in their stories. Nathan tagging at That's Just in James, the king of new metal. Like it's cool.
I got recognized. I think it was on Sunday or Saturday. It was Saturday. I got recognized out in public on Saturday, and it's the same way I always get recognized. Someone comes up to me and is like, they're like, "You're the guy that runs that page."
Yeah.
So I guess I should have been calling myself the king of new metal because
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that treatment is better than just someone being like, "You're the guy with that page." It's like, yeah, probably am.
Yeah.
So so beyond that though, with you pivoting from photography to music, sounds like you were, as a photographer, you were traveling in those circles, musicians.
Yeah. I did a lot of photography work for brands and artists, and I done photography stuff for Gucci, Puma, Nike, and then actual artists: Lil Wayne, Avril Lavigne, Travis Barker.
Which
rappers,
of those
rockers,
brands has the worst deliverables? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Because we did like a Super Bowl ad one. I worked in like post-production, so like TV and film. We did a Billie Eilish thing once, like a documentary bit.
Mm-hmm.
The deliverables were like 9x16, 16 by 9,
yeah.
1 by 1, 3 by 5, 30 second, 45 second, minute 30.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
MP4, MOV.
Yeah. Who's been the worst? Some labels want the most ridiculous shit. And it's like, you guys aren't using the files like that. Why do you want all this stuff that you'll know? Like, they're like, hey, we don't know what we want, so give us everything. That's the worst client. They're like the label clients that are like, they don't know what they want. So since they don't know what they want, they're like, give us absolutely everything.
What is the longest shift you ever worked?
12-hour plus days. Yeah.
I worked a 26-hour once.
Whoa, shit.
Dude, it was for Apple. It was an Apple Music campaign.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget like working on it and looking at the clock, and it was like 10 p.m. and realizing to myself like, yo, we are not even close to done.
Jesus.
So I had a coworker work on a different project in the same office.
Yeah.
So I watched this. This is one of the most surreal experiences of my life. I watched this guy leave and then come back, and I'm still sitting there. Like, I never moved. I watched him go home, he went to sleep, got up, came back to the office, comes back, and he goes, good morning. And I turn and I look at him and I'm like, do you notice anything about me? And he goes, no, what? I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. And he goes, oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's really tough to do anything over 12 hours in the creative space is really
You're like
start getting whimsical feeling. Yeah. Things start getting delusional.
But I would be, that's interesting though that you worked in like the professional space, because when I said deliverables, you knew exactly what I meant.
Oh yeah, and that was the cool thing too, is right, like photography. I was self-taught and self-made in that business. I never worked for a company. I was an independent contractor, and I had a plethora of clients that I had either on retainer or one-offs. Like there was so much demand for me doing photo or video work for people. It was endless.
Did you move here to do photo?
Yeah. Well, actually, I moved here to pursue photography and social media marketing and artist management. That's what I moved here for.
And you succeeded.
Yeah, I mean,
so the
Dax
photography
blew
speaks
the
for
fuck
itself.
up. We parted ways right when he was really taking off, and we just didn't see eye to eye with a lot of shit. We're cool now, but yeah, we parted ways with that, and then all the photography and everything.
Yeah. You really like manifested.
Yeah.
So wait, when you moved here to LA, did you have any connections? Did you know anybody?
I knew Dre London, who was Post Malone's manager. I don't know if he is anymore at the time.
It's a good start.
Yeah. But that was a connection that, that didn't open other connections for me. I had made that connection with Dre London when I was living in Denver, Colorado, and I shot Post Malone the first time he ever performed in the state of Denver, Colorado. There's about 80 people in the audience for the first time when he came to Denver.
Wow.
Yeah. It was when his song What Iverson was just really starting to pop off. There's about 80 people there. And I took a really iconic photo of him, which if you were to like pull it up, whatever, people would recognize this, where he has both his hands on his face.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that.
If you see, especially around Christmas time, people put it on holiday sweaters, and instead of saying Home Alone, they say Post Malone. You know? Or
Oh, I do get it.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
get it.
But yeah, that's where it started. So when I moved to LA, I really didn't have any. I knew Dre London, but he wasn't doing any. You know, I had to create my own network, and I did that by just going out to events, going out to bars, going out to lounges, going out to just anything where there's people.
With the camera?
Not even with the camera. Sometimes with the camera, sometimes just to be like, hey, I do this, you know, and people, oh, you photographer? Hey, I have this, I need this, you know. But mainly I just try to talk to everybody. I was just a big talker, trying to just see things and talk to people and figure out where certain people are going to be at, try to connect, show them what I'm able to do for them. That's the thing where people go wrong, is they go to people saying, gimme, I want, versus, hey, here's what I can do for you.
And I could see this working for you, because if somebody that was 6'3" and built like a tank walked up to me and was like, hey man, how you doing? I'd be like, I'm doing pretty good. Like, it's a good way to make even the powerful people in LA feel a little smaller.
Yeah, maybe.
You're just like, yeah,
I never
man.
thought about that actually till now. Maybe my height plays the fact of like people stopping and listening.
Well, you know what I think is funny or like really cool about you is that you look like that, your music sounds like that, but then in person you're just like, oh hey.
Oh yeah. I'm just a chill dude. That's the thing. Like, I'm very nice. You know, I'm very nice guy. I'm the last one to want to start a fight. I always want to de-escalate everything first. And I don't want to be mean unless I absolutely have to be mean. I'm the guy who's like, that's the last resort. I don't want to have to be mean right now.
And I mean, you did. I mean, you know, you popped out for that show. Like,
yeah,
no problem at all.
Yeah,
so.
I'm super big about the scene and the culture, and you know, I love being a part of it, and I want to be a part of it, and I want to do anything in my power that I can help with anything of, you know, growing the scene and the current community and the future. You know,
you're gonna hate on this.
Yeah,
you're gonna hate on this. He talks the talk and he walks the walk. This is why
I've literally walked that walk.
He walks that walk. Literally tens of millions of people have seen this man walk that walk.
Yeah.
And I am one of them.
Someone said the other day, they go, man, something about Nathan James is, I wonder if he's ever going to get to where he's walking. I was like, man, finally someone said it. I was like, that's so true, man.
Once you're ready to retire from music, you got to post one last reel of you just like walking inside your house, closing the door. And like the music.
You're giving me social media content ideas to be like talking about something about
like,
walking.
Oh, I'm retired.
And, Forrest Gump walking, and I don't know. But yeah, it's so funny you mentioned that, because like even the other day I was like, man, it's just crazy how that's what really works the best for me for getting my music out there, is going to a location that just looks good, me having a sick fit on, and just walking and performing my lyrics. Something about that for me works.
Here's something I think would be really funny is if you got costumed up just like that reel we watched at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And what you did is you shot like the reverse angle of that. So like you finish walking and then you just like,
oh yeah.
All right, guys, I'll see you later. And then you keep doing that.
That's good.
That walk all the way home. Like you just keep going and going and going. People are like, what is he walking like that for? Because that's what people were saying on Twitter. People were like, why is he walking like that?
Yeah, because I do this kind of like, it's well, you notice too when I do it with my feet, I do this kind of like, someone did on YouTube the other day, a big YouTuber, someone on Instagram filmed a big YouTuber's channel. I don't know what it was, but it was them reacting to one of my walking videos. And when on the breakdowns, how I do that shit with my arm, where I go like this, I go.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, like chimping. And they're like, oh man, he's chimping out again, you know, like a monkey or whatever. And yeah, and then when I do like this walk sway thing, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, it's kind of becoming like a brand now at this point of like the walking and like the thing that I do, you know.
I mean, again, like I said, like when I first saw that particular reel, I probably watched it like 5 times and then like came back to it. And that's the thing about like with Twitter especially is it's like, it's, you know, it pops up on your feed and it's like all these people who blah 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 ha ha ha, and it's like, but you watched it, didn't you?
Yeah, you watched it and now
worked.
You know. Yeah,
it worked. And what I think works for you,
people talking.
What I think works for you, and I'm glad it works for you. I'm not glad it works for most people to do this, but I'm glad it works for you. Is it's like for every like 10 haters, you peel off 1 true fan.
Oh yeah.
So as you know, you can have like 100 people hating on you, but then you get 10 real fans off that.
Like I said, without extreme hate, there's no extreme love. Without extreme love, there's no extreme hate.
So what I think would be interesting though is it's like the majority of people that hear your music engage with just that like 15 or 30-second clip. When you perform live, is it kind of interesting for you to be like, okay, like now you got to hear 3 minutes and 30 seconds or
Yeah, no, I love the live stuff the best. If I really wish I could just do live shows and get the growth that I've gotten through social media from just doing lives.
I
think that's possible if I get the content of me doing the live stuff. And that's the biggest thing for me that I need to do more of is touring and shows in 2026. But it's got to be the right tours and the right shows because it costs a lot of time, a lot of money, and organization and prep to get all that together. So in 2026, there's a lot of shit on the table with really good tour stuff. I hope these things come together because ideally, moving forward in my career, I really want to be on the road touring a fuck ton. So.
Because it's like you got to earn your stripes.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I did my first like new metal night here in LA, I think I had like 40,000, 50,000. No, I just broke 100,000 followers on Twitter. So the venue is like 250.
On Twitter?
On Twitter, yeah. So I thought to myself, I was like, I'm gonna sell this out, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. It was a problem.
Yeah.
Like you gotta earn it. Like content and social media and stuff, it's a good like leg up. But if you do want to get to that like status,
touring and selling hard tickets and people physically coming to see you is a whole nother business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole nother business. It's very hard. It's a whole nother thing. And what's interesting is we now live in a generation where you can be a musician who never does a show ever and be financially stable, sell merch, have streams, all that, and never play a show ever. I don't want to be that type of artist. I want to be the artist who's able to do all of it, and I would love to be able to just play more and more and more shows. I love performing. It's so fucking fun. I love meeting with people. I love, singing a lyric and looking at someone singing this shit back to me. It's so fun.
because then it's like
the energy.
You're like there we go. There's the fan.
Yeah. It was great. And in Mexico, that was awesome. I had people in Mexico waiting outside my hotel room.
Latin America fucking loves new metal.
Yeah.
Like new metal never died in Latin America.
Yeah, no, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. Like I felt
Did
like
you sign autographs?
Oh yeah, I felt like a superstar when I did these two shows in Mexico City. I was eating dinner in the hotel lobby, and I noticed there's people like through this window, like far in the distance, that are like out there. I don't think anything of it. And I'm getting done with my dinner. They're out there. I sat at this dinner table for like an hour. And I get up and I'm stretching. I kind of like look over, and they're holding up the tour poster flyer with my face on it, and they're pressing against the window, and they're like, "Hey," like they I don't know how they're out there for hours, hoping and waiting that I was that I was at that hotel. Didn't even know if I was gonna be at that hotel, and that if they would run into me, it's like at this point it's like 11 p.m. at night, and so what I ended up doing was those four of them. I went upstairs, I grabbed a tote bag, all my stickers, and a T-shirt, and I gifted each one of them one of those. Yeah, I was like, yo, the love for that is insane. Thank you guys.
Dude,
it's cool.
I feel like this has to have happened to you at least one time, where somebody that doesn't know anything comes along, looks at your social media following, and it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna book him in a 5,000 cap room, and you're like, dude.
Well, people know that now. I think when Instagram and social media first became a thing, that was a huge problem. Yeah, they'd be like, oh wow, this person has 5 million followers. Like, they could sell out
book
the
30,000
venue. Yeah. And it's just not like that. You know what I mean? Like, the if I were to do a headline tour in America, the size venues that I would do that would, sell out or do well would be anywhere from 150 to 300 cap venues.
See? Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
See? That's intelligence right there, because I had to learn. Did you have to learn it the hard way?
No, I knew.
Really?
I knew from other artists that I would shoot for. Learning the hard way.
See, I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is not easy.
Yeah.
So I guess the last thing I want to say is, because listen, you might not like this guy, but do you have a song with Orgy? No. Do you have a song with Orgy?
I do.
He does have a song with Orgy. That was the last time we saw each other. I was at the Orgy concert. You had invited me there.
Yeah.
For those of you that do not know, yes, this is a tall guy. Some would consider me tall. But if you are standing next to Jay Gordon of Orgy,
Yeah, he's tall as fuck.
you are short.
Yeah. I think Jay's like 3 or 4 inches even taller than me. He's a tall motherfucker.
Yeah, he walks by you and the lights go dark. Like the shade.
Shadows
you see the shadow coming past you. How did you guys connect?
Man, so my drummer also drums for Orgy, and we met that way. Yeah, my drummer connected us, and we started talking and vibing, and ended up wanting to do something together, and we did. And man, the song we did, Nails, the song me and Orgy did, took a minute to just put out. It took like 2 years.
Really?
A year and a half, 2 years, because we made the instrumental, then we changed it. And then we tracked the vocals, then we changed the vocals. Then we added the instrumental, then we changed some stuff here, changed some stuff there. Then it was done, then it got mixed, then it got mastered. Then, we don't like the mix, let's remix it, let's remaster it. We don't like the master, let's remaster it. When do we want to put this out? Oh, can't put it out then. All right, let's put it out then. Oh, wait, no. It was this huge back and forth thing. Nothing bad or negative. It was just Jay and I could not figure out, not how to finish the song, but we were both being very particular of wanting the song to be the best that it can be, And then when it came out, I was so excited. I was like, finally, I'm so ready for the song to come out. And I'm glad we went through all the different things of trying. We kept trying to make the song better and better and better and better and better to a point where like, all right, this is it. We got it now,
Yeah, I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Are you opening for Snot? No, I didn't think so. Are you opening for Snot?
No, I'm direct support.
Whoa. Oh, my bad, man. My bad. I didn't realize there were levels to this shit.
Yeah, levels, right?
When is that one again? I need to know because I have to cancel
let me see.
anything.
I think it's May 2nd or May 3rd at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Let me look right now on my phone. Let's see. I am having that show May 2nd at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. At that venue.
Do
you like the whiskey?
I like the Whiskey a lot. What I don't like is that I've played there so much or been a guest performer on someone's song so much that it's taken away the specialness. I wish I could. It's almost like the first time you had a donut. You know what I mean? Or like ice cream, like it was so good and blah blah blah. And I've gone to so many shows at the Whiskey. I myself have stepped on that stage and performed at the Whiskey like 8 or 10 times, and after you start to perform somewhere that's like 5+ times, it stops feeling less special.
Well, what killed the magic of the Whiskey to me was when the first time I went there and saw that they were charging $200 for the booth.
No way.
Yeah, it was like $200 for the booth, and you get a $15 drink credit. And I'm like, if I'm paying you $200 so I can sit,
yeah,
I'm drinking free all night.
Yeah,
$200 so I could sit there.
Yeah.
That for me was like, okay, the Whiskey's it's a little Hard Rock Cafe in here now.
Yeah. I will say though, the Whiskey is an amazing venue. The people who run the venue are awesome. How it looks is dope. Where it's located is dope. Everything about it is dope. I want to perform at other venues, and that's why also too. I really just want to again be on tour more. I was on tour this March with Attila. That was dope. Prior to that, I was on tour with In This Moment and Kim Dracula.
Seems like a good fit.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of cool stuff, and I'm just really hoping for 2026. There's a lot of things, in the back end that I'm cooking and working, and I'm hoping all the pieces come together so it all comes.
So your song, I think your most recent song would be Bodies?
Bodies was with Filth, and then the most recent song I dropped is called Dysfunctional.
Amazing. And the Bodies is the Drowning Pool cover?
Yeah, Bodies is Drowning Pool cover. Did really well as soon as we dropped it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that song came out. That song came out really fucking good. Yeah.
So ultimately, I think that your career has been a testament to making sure your knees remain healthy, because you never know when you're gonna have to walk at a camera.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get your steps in. You got to be walking.
Do you want to say anything else to the audience here before we wrap it up?
Yeah, man. For anybody who's been watching and is a fan of the metal community and the new metal space and all that, shit. It's important to me, and I'm sure it's important to you, to, keep helping it grow. You do your part, I do my part, and, keep showing the scene love, keep supporting people, keep spreading the word, keep putting people on, And, you know, if you're an artist or a creator, anything you guys share, whether it's through social media, word of mouth, helps a lot. And anyone who wants to be a part of what I'm doing, follow me on all my shit, Nathan James, everything. And I call it the Chain Gang Family.
Chain
because we're
Gang Family.
each a link. And every link, we get longer and we get stronger. And I always say the Chain Gang is strength, man. People of fucking strength.
Hey, am I a part of the Chain Gang?
You're a part of the Chain Gang.
I'm
for
part of
sure.
the Chain Gang.
Especially
for
if you've been a show, if you've talked to me, if you're a new metal supporter, Chain Gang, man. I got my Chain Gang channel on Instagram. Join it.
New Metal Agenda Chain Gang. You feel me? Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, brother.
Nathan James.
Yeah, this is great.
All right. Okay. Before the show, I know some of you were being rude about this, man. On Discord, I wrote your names down. I expect apologies from all of you, okay? Apologies, not to me, not to him, to yourself. Apologize to yourself for being a hater. All right. That's it for me, though. I've been Holiday Kirk with the New Metal Agenda. One more time, thanking my guest,
See you guys.
Nathan James.